How you doing? Jordan Rockwell here. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. I'm very well aware of, well, we all are aware because we have not just 24-hour news, but 24-hour social media. Check out my short film, Put Your Effing Phone Down. Anyway, I'm well aware of what's happening in the world, but I want this YouTube channel and I want my social media pages to be away from all of that. While the crowd's going that way, I always want to go that way. So, with that in mind, I have two positive announcements and then one rant that I think you'll enjoy, and also a plea, or I should say a pitch, so to speak. But to begin, first things first, as you can see the hat there with Cinema Unites the World, and the bracelet that I'm wearing right now, according to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, it's officially now mine. The USPTO has accepted the statement of use filed for the trademark application identified above. The mark will now register, and the registration certificate will issue in due course, barring any extraordinary circumstances. So there you go. I'm on my way to having this trademark. Say on it now. But if you want a hat or bracelet, all you gotta do is just email me, cinemaunitestheworld@gmail.com. Go to my Instagram page, it's @cinemaunitestheworld. Twitter account, JER Cinema. So there you go, and until I figure out how to do it. But until then, come on by. So there's that. And the second piece of good news is that Journalism 101, the TV pilot that I got to lead in. Pardon me. Just had lunch. We have gotten to some film festivals, and we got to another one, the Silver State Film Festival in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming up in a month. It'll be the last weekend of October, which means Halloween weekend. It'll be a blast. I hope to see you all there. As details come forward, I will pass them on to you, screening times, locations, all that stuff. But I can't wait. I was there last year with my short film, which if you haven't seen it, it is one big anthem to get along, put your effing phone down. But it went over very well there, and so I cannot wait to go back. That'll be a lot of fun. And now the rant. Maybe you've seen this movie. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, right? Keep that in mind. I want to loop around here to two writers named Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, and they wrote Aladdin, and what else? They helped write Shrek. They wrote a bunch of other pictures you may have seen, but one of their dream projects from the 90s was to take Robert Heinlein's The Puppet Masters and make it into a wonderful movie. And unfortunately, the article they wrote about it on their website was called Building the Bomb. And I'm going to read the following. So, let's sum up to this point. They wrote the draft they wanted to write, and they had to bring it to the studio. Studio brings in other writers, as they monkey with it, they screw it up, blah, 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 blah. But they finally convinced the studio, go with our draft. Yay. So, next a director, this is them writing. So next a director gets hired and he shoots the script, right? Not in Hollywood. What happens is this: the director gets hired, in this case, British director Stuart Orme. Ooh, come on. And he sits down with the screenwriters of his choosing and decides what film he wants to make. All the screenwriting work up to this point is potentially moot. The director can, and usually does, throw out the existing script and start over from scratch, which is what Stuart decided to do. New writers were brought in, Neil Purvis and Robert Wade. They wrote some James Bond pictures. And with principal photography weeks away, a new script was commissioned to be written under Stuart's direction. With principal photography weeks away. Writing screenplays under these rush conditions goes a long way towards explaining the general mediocrity quality of films. The screenplay that gets shot is quite often not the best version that was written. This does not stop critics, who generally have not read any version, from sympathizing with directors and actors who must, quote, struggle with a mediocre screenplay. Yeah. So I originally came to Los Angeles 22 years ago to go to the American Film Institute as a screenwriting fellow. I was a screenwriting student, and now I'm an actor. And when I was there, I was on a short film shoot, and I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who was a director, and I was just sort of like sticking up for us writers. And the writers, we get screwed over in the business. And he made a good point, though, that I want to share with you, which is that there has to be a captain of the ship. And that is absolutely true. You got to have a lead. You got to have a captain. And and it's not the writer in this business, so be it. You have someone like Steven Soderbergh who respects the writer, who won't do a commentary track on the DVD without DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, without the writer with him. I mean, and if I ever direct something, that's how I'm going to be. But this is my rant is, what the hell is wrong with you egotistical narcissists in our business? They're everywhere, aren't they? Yeah, and it's like, hey, this is a great script. P all over it to make my little mark on it. Maybe it's for money, whatever. I just cannot imagine doing that. If I'm directing a movie and you bring me the script and I read it, it's like, this is fantastic. I may have some notes here and there, not notes, but like suggestions here and there, but this is great. Hot damn, let's start location scouting. Let's get to work. Why would I stress myself out? Why would I do that? You tell me. But back to the thing. Yeah, that awesome John Carpenter picture with amazing special effects by Rob Bottin. And he got out of the business 20 years ago and does favors for people occasionally. Like he did Joffrey's makeup for the purple wedding sequence in Game of Thrones when Joffrey gets poisoned. Yay! But like I went to see the Thing prequel / remake / prequel whatever in 2011, and it was decent. Mary Elizabeth Winstead was great in the lead, but all the Thing effects were all CGI. They look like garbage. They didn't have the sheer terror of the gross out special effects that Rob Bottin did. And apparently, I guess it was Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff, they did practical effects, but they got CGI'd over because anyway, but here's my pitch to you, or just a plea. Before that prequel, a writer named David Leslie Johnson, under the guidance of Frank Darabont, who's going to produce it for Sci-Fi Channel, wrote a sequel miniseries called Return of the Thing. This script is now on the internet. I have read it and I am obsessed with it. I love it. I think it will be a great season 1. No way would I fire David. I'd say, David, Frank, let's all get together and map out 3 seasons a la The Strain. And I have it in the contract. All Thing effects shall be practical and disgusting. I don't know how you enforce that legally, but it would be an awesome season 1. And if I'm lucky enough to be able to direct an episode, there's one scene I gotta direct, and I'll just leave it with this. 16 of you. If you read the script, you know what I'm talking about, and that scene gave me chills. Like the Thing, it is a proper sequel. It expands the lore a little bit, but not too much. And the ending is, oh yeah. But, or I could just fire him and write my own thing, take all the credit, and blame him when it bombs. Why would I do that? Well, there's my rant. I hope that helps. But on that note, my email is cinemaunitestheworld@gmail.com. So just email me if you want to get a hat or bracelet. I'll be happy to send it to you. Please go to instagram.com/cinemaunitestheworld, twitter.com/JERcinema, and of course, jordanrockwell.com. Thank you very much for watching my rant today, and hope to see you soon. Bye.